Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to part 7 of my full playthrough walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D in 4K. This is being played using an emulator utilizing Henrico Magnifico's 4K texture pack. Check the description for a link to download it and be sure to support him on Patreon if you can. He's a fantastic modder who has texture packs for quite a number of games. Okay, in this section of the walkthrough, we are going to go through Great Bay Temple. And then after Great Bay Temple, funny enough, not much becomes available in Great Bay. There's only one piece of heart that becomes available after you finish the dungeon. However, because we will then have the Zora Mask, and because we will also have freed a frog in Great Bay Temple, we can finally get the final 2 heart pieces in the mountain village, if you can believe it or not. So after Great Bay Temple, we're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking. We're going to have to go back into Woodfall Temple, and then we're going to have to go... we're going to defeat the mini-boss there, the Gekko mini-boss. Then we're going to go back into Snowhead Temple, and all we're going to do there is just re-challenge Goht. We don't have to do the dungeon at all. You'll see what I mean when we get there. And then that will turn Woodfall into spring, and then we're going to collect the other frogs and finally get the Don Gero heart piece. And then additionally, a piece of heart becomes available in the mountain village in springtime, but you needed the Zora Mask to get it, so now that we have that, we can finally get that heart piece. So, Great Bay Temple and a bunch of backtracking for heart pieces that we weren't able to get until now. All right, let's get started. So, I have performed a test, and it seems like grottos are still cursed, so that's not good, but we'll just keep that in mind as we play through the game for the remainder of this playthrough. All right, so we are going to slow down time, and then I'm just going to quickly get 100 rupees. I'm not going to go for the full 200, reason being because it's actually not that efficient to get these rupees at this point, because... the only thing we really have left to spend money on is the really just the bank deposit heart piece, and it's a lot quicker to farm 100 rupees than it is to go get the one in the bomber's hideout. At this point, it's really not going to make that much of a difference. We've only got like 2 more cycles until we start grinding for that, so it's just not efficient anymore to do that. We're going to do that grind either in the next part or the part after that. It'll take about 20 minutes of just straight grinding, but I have a spot for it that's really, really fast. All right, so that's our 100 rupees for now, and then what we're going to do is we're going to soar to Zora Cape, and there's some pots. There are some pots right next to the owl statue that we're going to use just to restock before the dungeon, but we're literally going right into the dungeon in this section of the walkthrough here. You get bombs, arrows, you can grab a fairy if you'd like. For now, though, we're going to take out the Zora Mask, and then we're going to play the New Wave Bossa Nova, which we learned in the previous section. Which is this song right here. All right, so this turtle comes alive, and then we're going to hook shot over to the palm trees on its back. That's our ticket into the temple. Yeah, I slept quite well. I just realized this when I opened my eyes. The passing of days is quite quick, isn't it, Lulu? Yes, Lulu, it's nothing to be surprised at. Even when my eyes are closed in sleep, I still see everything that occurs in this ocean. It seems Lulu is confused. Regrettably, there is no time for idle conversation. Now then, proud Zora warrior. The open seas of Great Bay have need of your might. Quickly, climb onto my back. All right. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I want to move things around on my bars here. All right, so we're going to put the Zora mask up here just for ease of access, and then we're also going to put the Great Fairies mask here, and then we're going to take out the bow. We're going to preemptively take out fire arrows because it's just easier, and then we're going to take out the hook shot. All right, go ahead and hook shot up to these trees. All right, so something I want to mention, talk about it when we get there as well, but one of the last changes you're going to experience in this version of Majora's Mask is the ice arrows. So the ice arrows are this dungeon's treasure. The ice arrows, for some very strange reason, were modified so that you can no longer freeze any part of a body of water. You can now only freeze sections that are shining. I love that the Gerudo are just screaming like hardcore horror movie screams. I think that's so funny. But now the ice arrows can only freeze very specific parts in water. It doesn't matter so much for this dungeon, but it matters for the next one because there are some really cool kind of out-of-the-box ways to think in the next dungeon using the ice arrows, and it saves you a lot of time. But unfortunately, with the ice arrow changes, it's just no longer doable. All right, welcome to Great Bay Temple. So our first order of business is to get ourselves a stray fairy. So what we're going to do is we're going to light 4 torches using the fire arrows. Nice, we got both of those, and then the 4th one is down there. Alternatively, you could light one, take out a Deku Stick, and run, but that's just way easier. Especially with 3DS aiming. The aiming in the 3DS version is just so much nicer. All right, that's Stray Fairy number 1. And now we come into what is honestly got like one of the main chambers of this dungeon. We're going to come back to this room a bunch. So this is the water wheel room. And before we really get to work here, we want to take out the Zora mask, jump in the water, and then immediately turn around because there's actually a stray fairy right here. You can just walk into this one. So that's stray fairy number 2. And then we're going to come over here. And then we're going to head over to this yellow switch. And then these one-sided switches, you just push in the direction this way. The switch goes over the black part of the plate, and then the switch is going to go away. Basically what this does is it unlocks, it's sort of like a valve, and so when you open that valve, water then begins to flow to the next section of it, and when that happens, a jet stream appears for you to use. Now we're going to come over here, and then we're going to jump onto this platform. Oh God, didn't want that to happen. Take this off. And then that's a stray fairy. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to jump all the way, but it's what happens. Anyway, that's stray fairy number 2. Oh boy. Let's come over here and then just wait for the platform right here. Very quickly going to change to regular arrows. I don't want to waste too much magic. And then there's a couple of big Skulltulas here. So go ahead and kill them. And then jump over. And then that yellow valve created this jet stream here. So wait for it to go down, jump over, and then you can ride this up. Now we're going to come back to this room again later on. Basically, our mission at this point is to activate this jet stream, which we will do later on. All right, so inside of this room is like yet another big water wheel. And so the water wheel powers this whirlpool. And so eventually our goal is going to be to reverse this whirlpool to get to the second half of the dungeon. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to get yet another stray fairy. The stray fairies come kind of quick in this dungeon. This dungeon is actually quite small, but it has like some really interesting backtracking mechanics, so you end up revisiting rooms in different directions. All right, so that's the 4th stray fairy. And then there's some refills over here if you want. Magic is always helpful. And then once you're ready, you can dive into the water as Zora Link. Now, what I'm going to recommend is go all the way to the bottom first. All the way to the bottom. And then this pot has a stray fairy. So we're going to take out Link's... oh boy, that didn't work. We're going to take out Link's boomerangs. And we're going to grab this stray fairy. If you can't manage to grab it, it's okay. Just go ahead and surface, and then ride this to the top, and then equip the stray fairy mask. Or the great fairy mask, sorry. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So we'll just wait here for a minute. All right, that's stray fairy number 5. Once you're ready, go ahead and put the mask back on, and then we're gonna go into this room right here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kill these fish real quick. Very good. And then if you need any refills, there's some stuff in here. There he is. I was wondering where he went. All right. Cool. So come onto this platform here. And then transform back into human Link. Again, there's some refills in here if you need. And then hook shot over to this chest. Whoops. And we're going to grab the dungeon map. Alright. We're not done just yet. Go ahead and equip the Great Fairy Mask. And then one of these pots has a fairy. That one right there. Okay, you'll notice the water sparkling here. That indicates where you can use the ice arrows. We don't have the ice arrows yet, so we have to leave this room for now. So go ahead and equip the Zora Mask. And then we're going to swim down. You can zap the Dexy hands if you'd like. Really interesting is the word Dexy is another word for left, and this is actually a left hand if you look at it a certain way, like the thumb is the long bit on the end there. Just in case you're wondering, like, how did they come up with the name Dexy hand? That's how. It's an old word for left. I actually learned that in Elden Ring. Dextral is the actual word. All right, so we killed those 3. There's one more remaining. And what I recommend doing is crossing these platforms as human Link. These lily pads are better suited for human Link. Zora Link will basically try to dive every single time, and you don't want that to happen. Up here. Hook shot, sword, dead. And that's Stray Fairy number 7. Now we can just head back across. So like I said, the Stray Fairies come quick in this dungeon. It's not a long dungeon. It's just kind of go back and forth in a couple of different directions. Okay. In this room, there is a pot right here near this Dexy hand. Take out your hook shot and hit the pot. We've got yet another Stray Fairy. That is the easiest way to get that Stray Fairy. The intended method is for you to swim in that current and hit it, and that's just not the way you want to do it. Okay, so at the bottom of this pool here, we have a small key. We got a small key, and I believe there's only one small key in this entire dungeon, which is kind of nice. I'm just doing this to really get rid of the music. Oh. What is happening? All right, there's a bomb chute in this room as well. There he is. All right, so now we're going to get the compass, and so we're going to use these lily pads to do it. Once again, do this as human link. Once you're on this one, you can hook shot on over. You can probably do it from the beginning platform, but I just like doing it from that one. Okay, there's the compass. So, our goal here, like the only like mandatory goal here was really the small key. So now that we have that, we can jump into this current and go back to the central room. And now we're gonna go to the bottom floor. So to swim into this room, and if you ever miss a room, don't freak out. Just follow the whirlpool around and you'll be okay. All right, so we're gonna surface here. And I'm just going to explain something really quick. So these Octoroks here, they are glowing or shining because they want to be frozen. I'm actually not against this change because this temple can get kind of confusing. You can use ice arrows in this game to freeze enemies and use them as blocks. So that's basically what that's going for. Okay, so we can't really do much in this room, but this room is connected to another. And so we're going to go to that one now. Oh, sorry about that. We have to go. Freeze that. Hold the phone. Did I miss a room? Am I crazy? We got the key. We got the compass. Go back down? I'm so sorry. I don't understand what I missed. I'm a little confused here. I actually think this happened on the N64 walkthrough as well. We got the key. We came in here. We need ice arrows to do that. That's the boss key. Come in. Go to the basement. Can't do anything here because we don't have... Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm so sorry about that. We climbed with this pipe. I thought we had to freeze the guys in order to do that. Very, very sorry about that. Okay. Very sorry about that one. Truly. Okay. So you would think maybe you climb up here and go around. You don't. You use the Octoroks, but we need the ice arrows first. Sorry about that. That was so strange. Okay. So this fight is actually done with Link. So go ahead and take out the fire arrow. Stock up if you need. This slime holds arrows in case you need arrows, which is nice. Okay. This was the game. I'm like, did they? No, they didn't. Did they mix these up? Anyway, go ahead and look at the ceiling. And now we're going to fight Wart. I could have sworn this was the Gekko fight. I'm so sorry for, like, having this backwards. I'm very curious if they switch this. It doesn't matter. Wart is basically the updated version of Argus from A Link to the Past. He's got a lot of eyes. And the eyes surround the big eye. So what I recommend doing is just standing underneath him. And even if you're going to take damage, it's fine. Just keep spinning and using the sword spin. Like, just keep rotating the stick, pressing B, and you're going to eventually disconnect a ton of eyes, and you're going to kill them all. They die in one hit to a gilded sword spin. Oh, wow, we actually managed to nail him. So just keep spinning. Don't let them reconnect if you can help it. And you don't have to do this for every single eye. It's just you want to try to get rid of a lot of them. And the reason for that is because we need access to Wart's main eye, which I think we're okay now. So now what you want to do is you want to shoot an arrow, and then all the bubbles disconnect. And I'm probably going to end up taking a hit here, but... Oh, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So Wart's going to go, like, corner to corner, basically. Try to kill the rest of the eyes best you can. This way they stop bouncing around. So just keep hitting him in the big eye. Wow, that was a point-blank shot. There we go. That's Wart. It's not too hard of a fight. It just can be a little bit annoying. Now we have the ice arrow. I weirdly feel like they switched them. No, no, they didn't. I just made a mistake. I'm looking at my N64 notes. Gekko came second. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I thought Gekko came first. All right, now we got the ice arrow, so now we can freeze things. I'm going to quickly grab this 10-pack here. All right. So, like I said before, we use the ice arrows to freeze these Octoroks and reach the upper platform. All right, he's frozen. Jump up here, and then jump up here, and go ahead and push this so it falls in. Excuse me, water went down the wrong pipe. Not to make a pun. Ooh, that was gnarly. All right, now we're going to head back into the map room. So we're going to backtrack just a little bit. So like I said before, you can only use the ice arrows in specific locations, which is a bit of a bummer. But luckily in this dungeon, there's like, I don't know. There's a couple places you get to use them, which is nice. All right, so go ahead and shoot an arrow here, shoot an arrow there, and then shoot an arrow there. Now we can hop along these platforms. All right, go ahead and freeze this jelly chew right here. And you're going to push this over here. On 64, this is a bit more of a cryptic puzzle to solve because that jelly chew is not... What? Oh, wrong way. That jelly chew is not glowing blue. It's just... It's no real color. It's just kind of clear. And so you have to figure it out. Whereas in this game, it's like, oh, the blue thing. You got the blue arrow. Use the blue arrow. You know, it's like, I don't know. Just takes away the challenge. Okay. So what that did was it was a valve that activated or unblocked the pink pipe. So now the pink pipe's water is flowing basically all through the dungeon, but specifically we want to get to one place. Go ahead and equip the Zora mask again, and then we are going to swim through here once more. This camera. We're going to come in here. We're going to use the ice arrows one more time. So we have a couple of glowing spots here. I'm just going to quickly... I was hoping that was magic. All right, so we have one over there. One here. Okay, and then take out your fire arrows now. Somehow there's magic and arrows stuck in the icicles. Go ahead and melt that. And now we're going to fight Gekko. So it's a similar fight to the one in Woodfall, except now he's in a bubble. So when you hit him once, it's easiest to do with arrows, he will then jump up and put himself in a bubble. So what you need to do then is you need to take out an ice arrow and shoot the bubble. Unfortunately, we didn't do it quick enough, so he's going to beat us up for a bit, knock us out of his house, and then he's going to do the same thing. So just get out of the way, and then he's going to crash, and then you just got to shoot another arrow at him. There we go. Oh, God. Another one. Okay. Figured I'd be done. There we go. All right. That's Gekko. Now, very, very important, before you leave this room, take out Don Gero's mask, which we got way back in the mountain village. Equip that, and then speak with the frog. Ah, Don Gero, it's been so long. What has brought you all this way? Could it be you came all this way looking for me? Ah, you need not say a thing. Upon seeing that face, I understand. I see, but I had heard that it was still winter in the mountains. When spring comes, I shall definitely go to the mountains, so let us meet again. And we have begun the frog choir quest, which leads to a piece of heart. All right. Take that off, and then we're going to replace that with the Great Fairies mask again. Perfect. Okay, so there's only one exit out of this room. I'm going to see if this is arrows. Yeah, nice. There's only one exit out of this place, and that is into the next chamber, which houses the boss key. Okay, just cleaning up my notes. All right, let's go back to the central chamber. And we're gonna go to the surface. We're gonna come up here. And then we're going to take out our ice arrows, and we're going to freeze this waterfall. So just shoot the top of it. Nope. There we go. Okay. And now what we got to do is we got to turn on the green pipes. Let's go ahead and jump onto this. Hop up here. And then climb. Great. All right, go ahead and take care of that Tektite. And then what we're going to do... Just never like how this really works. Can we get up here like this? No, not really. All right. Take out an ice arrow. Over here. Shoot that. What about this? Will this work? Will we land on the lip? Hey, very nice. That's so much easier than doing it the long way. Okay. Nice. That was awesome. I'm glad that worked. We come up here, get Stray Fairy number 9. And then we are now going to do what we were really supposed to do. So we are going to create ice platforms that lead to this yellow pipe platform here. Okay. Do the same thing here. Great. And then turn this on. Perfect. Okay. We're done with this room. Getting that stray fairy can be a real pain, so I'm glad that went so well. And by the way, when I hook-shotted up to that 20 rupee, to that target, I was holding the circle pad in the direction of the lip that I clung onto. I don't think I explained that, but that's what I was doing. I didn't think it would work, so that's why I wasn't actually explaining it. But anyway, now that the green pipes are turned on, we need to head back to, not necessarily the entrance, but that jet stream room. And now that all the pipes are flowing, we're able to do more in this room. We can actually reverse the direction of the water. So we're going to hook shot up to this target, and then we're going to use this jet stream, and then jump over here. Then we're going to turn this, and that is going to activate the pink major jet stream. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to stall the water wheel. However, we can unstall it. So we're going to come back over here to this platform, and we're going to turn this one to disable the gold or yellow one. So now the water wheel is turning in the opposite direction, which makes things go backwards in this dungeon. So now we're basically going to do the dungeon in reverse, kind of. And what this is going to do is in the central room is a couple of different platforms are going to become available to us. Or a couple of different rooms are going to become available to us, sorry. Oh, God. How did that happen? I do appreciate that on 3DS the colors pop a bit more in here. I think they definitely understood the feedback of that players had about the water temple in Ocarina of Time, because this dungeon, despite also kind of being a water temple, is much easier to understand and much easier to navigate. So, yeah, it's nice. Okay. Over here, back into the central room. All right, and now the whirlpool is moving the other way. So let's go ahead and put on the Zora mask, and then we're going to dive right back in. Same thing as before. We're going to enter this room right here. But now we're basically doing this in reverse. Oh, God, circle pad. Where are we going, buddy? All right. Refill if you need. All right, over here. Now, there are a couple of stray fairies in this room. In very interesting places. So, we're actually going to turn on, or put on the stray fairy, the great fairy mask, sorry. Freeze this waterfall. That's going to stop the wheel. Little piston thing. And then we are going to jump into the center. We're going to turn around, and we're going to hook shot onto this chest. We're going to hook shot onto this chest. There we go. All right. That's Stray Fairy number 10. Now, you can see here there is another chest. And so what we want to do here... Right, okay, so I just wanted to make sure I'm playing this correctly, because this is annoying. We're over here. Jump up here. And we're going to come over here. And there's actually a torch that we can hook shot onto. Ugh, this is why I hate this room. Because now we have to undo it and redo it. Okay, Go ahead and take out the fire arrows. Unfortunately, you can't equip two... Oh, you can! Whoa, you can't do that on 64. I'm glad I tried that again. On 64, you cannot equip 2 elemental arrows at the same time. That's really nice. That's excellent. Freeze that. All right, we'll do this the real way. The real way to do this is to thaw this, and then we're going to hook shot on the moving platform. Whoops. Nope. Ah. What? This is why I normally prefer to do this the other way. This one is so annoying. Okay. There we go. All right, that's number 11. All right. Oh, I need the ice arrow again. Freeze that. Okay. Welcome to the seesaw room. Our first stop is a stray fairy that's in this little cutout here. So what we need to do is we need to start swimming and knock into that. Believe it or not, that stray fairy is actually easier to get on 3DS than it is on 64, in my opinion, and it's due to the way the swimming works. Because Link doesn't do that like front flip until you start using magic, whereas on 64, he always does it, so it can be very tough to space it out. Okay, so similar to what we did in the previous room, we want to thaw... Yep, I knew he was coming. I was hoping to be able to do it before that. Thaw this one. That sends us up. Actually, we don't even need to touch this one. Sorry about that. Go ahead and freeze this again, because we're going to have to... Actually, no. Yeah, we are going to have to do this again. All right, freeze this one. Sorry about that. Here's another seesaw. Come over here. Just trying to blow up the bomb chew if possible. All good. All right, thaw this one. Hop over here. We're going to thaw this one. Hop over, and then activate the green again. Okay, we're not done. Over here. Take out the hook shot. Stray fairy number 13. Okay. Refill if you need. Now we're going to thaw this one. Hop over here. Hey, we're back in the map room. Okay. So all that just to get back to the map room. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to dive in and then exit out the original entrance. That's going to spit us out. And now we're going to go down to this level. Oh. I needed to go down one more level. God. This is the annoying part of this dungeon. But luckily we don't have to do too much. I got sucked in there. That's frustrating. Yeah, like I said, we really don't have to do much. Because all we have to do is thaw this, and then we're back on track. Okay. Hey, we're back. All right, go down to the bottom level once you get into this room. Very good. Okay. Great. Now, there's a couple of stray fairies in here. So, one of them is right here, but to just save yourself a bunch of time, just boomerang this thing. And then don't even go for it. Don't even go for it. Because what we're going to do is we are going to come up here, and then we're going to collect another one. Go. Why is he stuck? What is happening? There we go. Take off the Zora mask. And then we're going to shoot this one. Oops. Shoot that one. Put it on the Great Fairies mask, and we're going to collect numbers 14 and 15. 15 is not far behind. There it is. There we go. That's all 15 stray fairies for Great Bay Temple. So like I said, they come quick, and then you do a bunch of puzzle solving, and then they all show up again. All right, so the final green pipe opening is right here, and it leads directly to the boss room. Okay. 3DS players, I'm sorry. Gyorg is different, and he is frustrating. So, let's do Gyorg. Gyorg, you basically now have to do everything with the Zora mask, more or less. Like I said, it's just a little frustrating, but we'll get it. Hop down into the boss room, and then witness the cutscene. Okay. So, go ahead and equip the Zora mask. Alright, so actually, this first part we're going to do with the bow and arrow. Of course. So this may seem, you know, like the same, but... Alright. Shoot the eye. This is where it starts to get pretty different. Oh, boy. How did he do that if he didn't have legs? Ugh. I hate how this just takes forever. Oh boy. Okay, now the real fight with Gyorg begins. It's just very boring, but now the real fight starts. So on 3DS, the platform gets sent into the water. And now we have to deal with Gyorg in a very different form. Not like that. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so what Gyorg is doing now is he is releasing these mines. And then our job is to let loose these mines as he begins to suck in. Oh, dear God. I can't stand this fight on 3DS, man. I can't. It's just so frustrating. Nope. Nope. You basically got to get the mine into his mouth. It's just annoying. Oh, okay, I apparently blew that one up myself. I can't stand this fight, man. This version of the game, like, this is the worst part of this version, is this fight in particular. There we go. There's one. We gotta do that like 3 or 4 times. Like, I can't exactly tell what it takes for him to notice you. Like, that's the part that really confuses me, is that he doesn't always notice you. And, like, I don't know. Sure, I went first, I guess, but, like, he wasn't doing anything. He, like, wasn't doing anything before that. Keep going. It's just the fight's just so boring. Like, it's just so boring. It's not fun. They ruined this fight. Like, this fight got ruined. Like, I've seen quicker methods. Like, I've done it more quickly, but it truly just feels random. Because, yeah, you've got to get the mine off. But, like, there's... Like, why did I get sucked up, but the mine didn't? Like, that's what frustrates me about this fight, is, like, even if you really try to, like, hardcore bait him into seeing you, like, there's absolutely no guarantee that he's going to. Like, there's no guarantee that the mine is gonna get in his mouth first. Like, you just gotta, like, pray to God that it works. Go, dude. Thank God. That's Gyorg. I wish I had, like, happier commentary about Gyorg, but that is, like, easily... Like, it's a cool idea to, like, get him to suck in the mines. Like, I actually like the concept of the changes, but the execution is just bad. It just isn't good. Okay. Cool. So that's Gyorg. That's Great Bay Temple. So now that we have his remains... In my N64 notes, I literally have 55 minutes, Gyorg Boss Fight. I'm so sorry, 3DS players. Alright. Hey, listen, we want you to lend us your power. If you just leave things as they are, something terrible will happen to this world. Surely you're the only ones who can stop it. That's what Tail was trying to tell us. Help our friend. I get it. We have to help the last one. Then promise us this. You'll cooperate with us. Is this because of the time of day? Now the Zora warrior's soul can finally rest in peace, but the evil that haunts this land has not completely vanished, Link. I too must abide the laws of ancient times and again merely watch from my deep slumber. I shall depart after enjoying Lulu's voice a bit longer. I think the gods can permit that. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. It's about to be the next day, so the screen got small. I was like, is this bugged? Okay. So, you have an option here. You can head inside Zora's... you can head inside Zora Fountain if you'd like, and you can actually listen to a concert. In the interest of time, I'm not going to, but just head back inside and you'll hear the concert. It's actually pretty awesome, but for the interest of time, because this is just a walkthrough, I'm going to skip that part. It's totally optional, has no bearing on anything. For now, I am going to turn in the stray fairies, so we want to follow these trees. And the fairy fountain is right over here. On N64, they're blocked by boulders that you got to blow up, but for some reason on 3DS, they're not, so. Oh, they are there. Cool, I guess they just hadn't been rendered yet. Okay, great. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, courageous young one, the great fairy of courage, thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall lend you my strength. Your defense has been strengthened. Enemies now do half as much damage as before. So this is the white border around your hearts. Luckily, you get it in the middle of the game, or 3/4 of the way through the game, kind of, as opposed to the end of the game like an Ocarina of Time. I've never understood why they left it for so late. Okay. So, after defeating Gyorg, the waters in Great Bay get better. However, not too much opens up in terms of like things to do. But the one thing that has opened up is the Fisherman, the creepy guy who wanted the photo of the Gerudo pirates. He now operates a minigame. So, let's go do that now. And just out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to save. Oh, yeah, of course. Great. Okay, so there's going to be a boat over here. And this is available, like, I don't know if it's available 24/7, but it's available, like, most of the time. Let's see if the sign has a time on it. Please ride the boat to the Fisherman's Island to inquire about playing. All right, cool. So we just step onto the boat, and then it turns on. You want to be human Link for this. Alright. And then we're going to use the hook shot and then hook onto this tree. And then we're going to speak with Mr. Fisherman over here. He says, now that the seas are back to normal, I've started a little business aimed at tourists. If you pay 20 rupees, I'll show you a jumping game that has a really big prize. If you're up for it, go to the island in the center. Okay. Oh, you're up for it. Now then, I'll explain the rules. Listen carefully. You're going to light the torches on each of the surrounding 4 islands in a particular order. Jump to the island that has a lit torch. If you can jump to it before the torch goes out, you get 1 point. If you get 20 more points within the time limit, you'll get a big prize, but it'll cost you 20 rupees. So, pretty self-explanatory. Just jump to the island with a lit torch. This is a lot easier on 3DS than it is on 64. What I recommend doing is getting really used to that L button, or ZL, I guess, because it's really... This gets much easier if you just center the camera behind Link, and this way you're really only pressing forward to jump. You don't have to worry about too many wonky angles. And then you have a long time to do this, but you only need 20. There is no point in going higher than that. You do not get bonus points for anything. And the reason I recommend stopping at 20 and just sitting here is because if you fall off these platforms, not only do you lose the game, you've got to go all the way back to the start of where that boat was docked and then ride the boat again and come over here. So it's just a colossal waste of time if you fail. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to let that one go out. I'm not going to, like, mess around with this. I hate having to retry this game so much. That was a weird angle. Okay. 20. We're just going to sit here and wait. All right, that's it. Uh-oh, that was a little too easy. Oh, well, here's your prize. So that is heart piece number 35 from the Fisherman's Island platforming minigame. Got a piece of heart. All right. So yeah, as you can see, almost 24-hour availability. Very close. All right. So now we got to go on a little bit of an adventure collecting frogs. So we're going to head back to Clocktown. We're going to go to the laundry pool. This frog is available any day. Doesn't matter when. We will need Don Gero's mask to do this, though. It's this frog right here. Go ahead and speak with him. Ah, Don Gero's been so long. What brought you all this way? Could it be you came this way looking for me? Ah, you need not say a thing. Upon seeing that face, I understand. I see, but I'd heard that it was still winter. If you do this after defeating Goht, they'll say something else. They'll be like, okay, I'll meet you in the mountains. Or something like that, but we know where they're going. Okay, so that's the Clocktown one. Now we got to go to the Southern Swamp and pick one up out of the swamp. Oh, not that way. I guess the Zora mask might be useful for this. A little bit faster. No. Well, I guess maybe a little bit because you can walk. So you probably saw this one while you were on the boat cruise. But you can reach it manually. You can even reach it as Deku Link. But we're coming over here. Okay, so that's 3. 2 more to go. And we gotta go back to Woodfall Temple. Now, I've always been curious. Can you do this as Human Link? You may have to be Deku Link to do this. I've never tried this as Human Link. Doesn't work. Okay, that's totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. It's crazy to think how long ago it was we got into this temple. All right, so we are not here for Odolwa, so ignore the message that pops up. If you were to defeat Odolwa again, the swamp will be cleansed, but we don't need that. We did everything in the swamp there is to do. We will use this shortcut in Snowhead Temple because we do have to defeat Goht next. I really do think, like, in this 4K texture pack, this dungeon looks the best. Like, it looks the best on 3DS in general. In my opinion, I just love the colors. Okay. Cool. So, we have all the shortcuts. So, just take out the fire arrow. What? What is happening? The what? The doors lock again. What? No way. The doors lock again? What? For real? Really? I've got to get a small key, huh? Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. This is the room. This was mirrored in my head. Thank God. Nope, this is Lizifos. I did this on 64 too. I've got to get a small key. That's crazy. Wow, I didn't know doors relocked. That's so strange. I'm like blown away. I did not know you needed to do this. This is the room. This would be easier if I do this. I did this exact thing on 64. Killed the wrong boss. Okay. Here we go. What? Jesus. Okay. Cool. Talk to this frog, and that's number 4. Okay, now we have to go pay our friend Goht a visit up in Snowhead. So if you play the Song of Soaring in a dungeon, it will teleport you to the entrance. It's kind of like a baked-in Farore's Wind, almost. Okay, we're going to transform into Goron Link and play the Goron Lullaby. And just to make things easier, I'm just going to change what I'm doing. Change my buttons around. Alright. Now for everybody's favorite game, try to get into Snowhead without falling. Wow. Crazy. Ye who have pursued me in my furious stampede, courageous traveler of time and space. If thou art fearless, stand before me that I might witness thy power once more. So you can also do this on N64. This is not a 3DS exclusive feature of re-challenging bosses. The game is always like this, which I love. Okay, so defeating Goht will not only turn Woodfall to spring and make the frog choir available, but the fifth and final frog is actually waiting for us in the pond in spring. That's why we do this last. What? Where are you going? What? Oh, he literally poops out bombs. I never actually realized that they were coming out of his butt. That's kind of gross. It's funny. Ugh. This fight gets so unbelievably annoying. Go! I didn't do nothing. Yep. Ugh. Really hoping that was it. Oh, what? Oh, come on, dude. Yep, that was an accurate hitbox. Thank God. That is the final rematch of a boss we'll ever have to do. I went the wrong way. It's fine. Okay, so once you land in the spring, go ahead and take out Don Gero's mask, and we will get heart piece number 36. Been waiting for you, Don Gero. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it looks like you've lost a little weight. As you can see, Don Gero, the long winter has ended and spring has finally come to these mountains. Let us begin our chorus. The conducting was spectacular. This is how deeply we were moved by your spectacular conducting. Let's do it again sometime. And the reunited frog choir is complete. All right, so there's actually one more piece of heart that we can get now, if you can believe it. This way. It requires springtime. Oh, hello. It requires springtime, and it requires the Zora mask. So, if you recall, there was a chest frozen in the ice that we could not get. However, we can in the spring because we have the Zora mask. And that is heart piece 37. And that's it for this cycle. Let's deposit rupees and reset. Okay. So, that's it for this cycle. In the next cycle, let's take a minute to talk about what we're about to do. So in the next cycle, I'm just looking at my 64 walkthrough so we can keep parity. The next cycle is going to be a doozy. In the 64 walkthrough, I did all of Akana Canyon, as well as the Anjun Cafe side quest. That is still what I want to do. However, that's going to take quite a long time. There's actually only 3 more parts of the walkthrough if we were to have direct parity. So I believe that I made a call when doing this walkthrough originally a few months ago. Oh, did I not? How many did I have? Part 10. I did. I split it up a bit. So the next one would be part 8. Let me just open this up really quick. Hey everyone. Yep. You can hear my own voice. Don't mean for that to happen. What did we do? I think we got the elegy, but did we not do Anjou Cafe? What was part 9? We did the rupee grind. We did Anjou Cafe plus the rupee grind. I know why we did it this way. We did it this way because it's a lot easier to do. Yeah, it's just a lot easier to do it this way on 3DS. Okay, so that's what we'll do. The next time, in the next part of the walkthrough, what we're going to do is we are going to do Akana Canyon. Basically all of Akana Canyon until we more or less have access to the dungeon of that region, which is Stone Tower Temple. And then we're going to basically end it there. So we're going to end it after we get the song of the next region, which is the Elegy of Emptiness. Once we get that, we'll stop. The part after that will be the first time we go through the Anjun Cafe side quest. We actually go through this twice because there are 2 different rewards to get at the end, but it requires you to do the quest twice. So we'll do it the first time, and then we will use that to get the couple's mask, which then rewards a piece of heart basically immediately after. But we will have to do it a second time before we go to the final dungeon, because that rewards not only a bottle, but that bottle contains a certain kind of milk called Chateau Romani. and Chateau Romani gives you infinite magic, which is incredibly helpful for the final dungeon. You use a lot of magic at the final dungeon. So next time, Akana Canyon up to Elegy of Emptiness. Time after that will be the Anju Cafe side quest round 1. The time after that will be Stone Tower Temple. The time after that will be Anju Cafe round 2 plus the final dungeon. So we're almost done, if you can believe it. But that's it for now. All right, let me give a thank you to my channel members. I'm always very, very appreciative of your support. Thank you very much to John Aldridge with 57 months, Silver Bullet 13 with 44 months, Daniel Cockrell with 39 months, Greg with 28 months, X Lightning 84 with 23 months, and Marcus B814 with 7 months. Thank you so much for the support. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D in 4K, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. You can also leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to join my community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.